All right, everybody, this is just a quick follow-up here. There was something I forgot. This is warning to all politicians. I'm running for president 2024, part 86A. You know, these groups talk about fascism. Do they even have an idea what that is? Fascism? Because they're practicing it. Well, they call it doxing. And getting people fired from their jobs. I'm sorry, let's see. My whole life growing up, I never had an employer that gave a damn what I did outside of work, as long as it wasn't criminal or something. Didn't ask me about my politics, whether I believed in this or that, what my religion was, anything. Never. I'll be 56 years old. Never had an employer ask me any of those things or give a damn or tell me if I belong to a certain group, you know, I'd be fired. Or if I didn't give the right response, or if I said the wrong thing, I'd be fired. Now, your free speech and your free political association and everything, these people are going to corporations and boycotting and threatening and all this, that if they don't fire certain people and treat people a certain way, there's going to be repercussions. That's fascism. And these groups are supported by the Democratic Party. So what's that tell you? If they gain power, they want to rule all the corporations, all businesses, even your small business. They're going to tell you who you can hire, who you have to fire, everything. Forget about legal process and courts to handle things for civil rights and stuff like that, and matters, labor disputes and stuff. Forget about the court system, the legal system. You're going full tilt dictatorship, tyranny. They want to rule everything. They want to run everything. So it's really funny to see these groups going to people's houses and screaming at them that, you know, and businesses like they did in Florida, going to the Cuban guy's restaurant, telling them if he didn't support Black Lives Matter and pay their extortion money, they were going to put him out of business. Look here, America, these people are only a small portion of the population. You know, they talk about the 1% of the rich at the top running everything and all this. Well, these are 1% at the bottom trying to run everything. Through violence, through intimidation, through lying, misrepresentation of facts, and through some news media puppets. Don't let them make you think they're as strong as they want you to think they are, because they're not. All it takes is more people standing up to them, more politicians and judges and police forces standing up to them. We have processes in this country to work things out and to try and make things equitable for everybody. And these people want to bypass all the processes, all the law, and just we're gonna use violence and intimidation and get what we want. That is not how this country works. So you people on the left, you better think about it. You think you're fighting fascism, that Trump's fascist and all. What a bunch of shit. You better take a look at the people you're hanging with on the left. They're the fascists. They want to use intimidation and people's livelihood to dictate to them, more or less, terms of surrender. and say, we're going to, We're going to run your life. You're going to act the way we want you to act. You're going to have the political affiliations we want you to have, and thoughts on religion and thoughts on race and everything. It's going to be dictated to you. Or else we'll dox you, or else, you know, we'll get you fired. They're the fascists. They're the ones going through the streets just like the Nazis did, just like Mussolini's henchmen did. They're the ones going and trying to drag people out of their cars and out of their homes. I don't see Trump's people running around trying to do that to anybody. I don't see conservative families taking to the streets and going to poor neighborhoods, black neighborhoods, and intimidating black families. I don't see them pulling African Americans out of their cars or Mexicans out of their cars, blocking the street, lighting buildings on fire. You're calling the right fascist? Have you lost your minds? Look at some newsreels. Look at newsreels of what the Marxists did in the Soviet Union, in Russia at the time. Look what Hitler and Mussolini did. Look what the Japanese did to the Chinese. See, your thought processes are screwed on the left. You got everything ass backwards. Killing innocent babies in the womb up to the time of birth, that's okay. A criminal who assaults a police officer and gets killed, that's not okay. That's not his own fault. Innocent baby that can't hurt anybody, they're not counted as innocent. They're denied their right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Oh, we're the party for civil rights. Are you? Where's the civil rights of that baby? The right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. To grow up. To want to maybe contribute to society, to maybe find the cure for cancer. Or whatever. Your thought processes on the left are screwed. You're ass backwards people. From the ground all the way up to the top. Jerry Springer rejects. You're trash. You are absolute trash. And the Democratic Party has taken the extreme of every group there is, no matter how small they are, no matter how disgusting their views are on things. They put convicted pedophiles in schools in drag in Houston. You can't believe it, just every year, worse and worse and worse. Just when you think society has reached a new bottom level, there's something else that comes up. Some other group won't, you got these people. Remember before it was all just tolerate homosexuals, tolerate them. Now they're in your schools. Now they're telling you, you don't belong in the schools. You don't belong. Teachers are supposed to teach math, reading, science, history. You're not supposed to be involved with telling children whether they should call each other boy or girl. And then going after parents who tell you, hey, don't be teaching our kids that crap. Since when is a school board and teachers supposed to have so much power that they can have somebody's child taken away from them? And you're calling the right fascists. I'm telling you, to me, especially this year, 2020, it has seemed, well, even the past couple, well, even back to when Obama was president, with all the homosexual bullshit, gay rights, and the screwed up alphabet people. Getting all the attention and you know, pushing for their agendas and this and that and all the stuff going on, you know, that they pushed into schools and stuff like that, and taking parents' rights away. It's like this country has slipped into the twilight zone. What's normally right and wrong and accepted by society and has been accepted by the world and every culture as what's normal, human sexuality between men and women and a family in every single culture and religion, these people want to turn it all upside down and get rid of it all. There is no normal. It's whatever you feel, whatever makes you feel good. You can't call somebody a pervert anymore. Man, that guy with the raincoat standing down at the end of the corner down there by the school and stuff, flashing. No, he's not a pervert. That's just his sexuality. Is that what it's going to come to? No, the male teacher wearing a skirt in class. No, you can't, that's, you know, you'll be violating his rights if you tell him he's got to dress like a man. You people have lost your friggin' minds. You really have. Lay off the drugs for a while, huh? Maybe that'll help. You want to take our money, we work, we bust our asses, you say, oh, you're for social justice and all this, but you want to rob us, take money from our children that we could use to better their lives, give it to a bunch of dopeheads and Twinkie-eating welfare recipients who scream that they're oppressed. I'm sorry. I didn't know you could be oppressed and be 300 pounds. And smoke weed and drink beer and go to anywhere you wanted to. I didn't know that was oppressed. Go get a job anywhere, and you don't want to do that. How the hell can you claim you're oppressed in America? You know who's oppressed? Go find the pimps that are oppressing women and children. Go find them. That's oppression. You understand that? Go find the people that are trafficking. Human trafficking. That's oppression. Getting pulled over by a cop because you didn't use your friggin' turn signal isn't oppression. Getting the cops called on you because you got too loud and showed your ass in the mall and screamed a bunch of shit and threatened people or something. Whatever it is, that's not oppression. You know, and y'all point, what do you call these women, Karens? Oh, you make light of anything and then it's edited and not the whole thing's put out and the woman looks like a total doofus. And in a lot of cases, I'm sure there are. There's a lot of assholes in the world and they're on the left, the right, the middle, wherever you want to put them. But if I watch another program where an athlete or a celebrity or anybody, usually a celebrity who's trying, it's almost the Jesse Smollett thing, trying to garner some attention for themselves when their careers are failing. You know, it's like when all the homosexuals came out, when Ellen DeGeneres and them, oh, then there was a bunch of them. Had to get on TV and talk about when they came out to their parents. It's the same thing with racism now. Whether it's real or not. Another African-American so-so celebrity on TV or so-so athlete. I went into a store and, you know, these people eyeballed me and this and that, and I felt racism, or somebody called me a word. This and that, I felt, all right. That's the game everybody wants to play. New TV show, interviews. We'll get all the white people who have ever had anything done to them by a person of color that was unjust. Threatened, called names, whatever. We'll start, hey, everybody wants to get on TV crying and all butthurt about everything under the sun because that's the trend to do. Especially when it's coming from Hollywood and stuff. Oh, and the news media too. Oh, so-and-so's doing a story about this or that. Well, we got to find somebody. We can't let them have the only story like that. We got to put one out there too. Go find somebody. Go find somebody who a clerk in a store watched. Don't discuss whether it's justified or not, that neighborhood that, you know, maybe that store's been robbed umpteen times. And it's not racial profiling, it's just being cautious. How about that? So let's, you want to tell horror stories? Let's tell horror stories, okay? Let's tell horror stories. You want to put people on TV, African Americans on TV, talking about injustices they've had at the hands of white people? Let's get all the white people who've had injustices perpetrated against them by people of color. Let's put them on TV too. Let's line them up and see who fares worse. Let's see who has suffered more violent and horrible things. Let's see. I know plenty of people out there go back to their high school days or whatever, or different places they lived. Let's do that. If that's the game we're going to play, let's make it fair. Let's make it fair. Sick of that. Sick of seeing that kind of crap on YouTube and on TV. Sick and tired of hearing about how hard these celebrities have it held up in their homes. And that's another fad they had there. Oh, some of them were probably praying they got COVID so they could get on TV. Their careers are floundering. Got to get some press. Got to get some press. Oh, I hope I get the COVID so I can get on TV. Need some press. So, just wanted to go over that about what fascism is. Stuff. Sorry about the other rant, but it's getting ridiculous in this country. Absolutely ridiculous. Every time you turn on the TV, go on YouTube, whatever, there's somebody there who's got to tell their tale of woe. How bad they got it. Have you taken a look around the world? People are out of touch. Your thought processes are all backwards. You know why? Because you stay in your little cliques and you all just like feed off each other. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And you can point to the right too. You can look at the Ku Klux Klan or whatever. And that, I'm not even, you know, sure that's fair to say the right. They're just a Klan. You know, they might vote Democrat depending on where they live and what their needs are in their community. I don't know. But they seem to always be grouped in the right. But But same thing with those types of people. They never leave their clique. Just gonna rehash the same shit, teach the same shit to their kids, just like on the left in African American communities, in the ghettos and stuff. They just teach the same shit to their kids. Now, I'm not saying everybody who's African American does that, but you can ask a lot of African Americans. In a lot of those neighborhoods and stuff, there's a real problem with people who shouldn't be parents, who are in gangs and this and that, and that's what they teach to their kids. Here, let's put some photos and videos up of little Johnny doing retarded gang hand signs. In the music industry that promotes violence and drug use and all that stuff. You know, it's really mind-boggling what comes from the left and everything, you know, accusing Main Street of America of, you know, being sexist or whatever. This, and then you look at the videos they put out. You know, they talk about equality and not having slavery and this and that. Watch some of them rap videos with all the girls twerking and all that kind of stuff and everything, and being treated like nothing but a sex object. And they'll all tell you about their pimp hand being strong. I'm sorry. Pimping's not the same as a slave owner? Really? I'm tired of the bullshit, the hypocrisy, people talking out of both sides of their mouths. Flipping channels here a little while ago, The View was on Whoopi Goldberg talking about Tucker Carlson and racism, and oh, you can talk to her about her politics, why you gotta have her race in it and this and that. I'm sorry, Whoopi? Whoopi? You don't bring up race? Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you serious? Anyhow, I hope some of the things I say make somebody wake up out there, straighten up. Say, you know what? Whether they're doing it on purpose with the racial stuff and the demonstrations, all that, and they're dividing people in this country. Most people get along, even around the world. That's why I say learning languages would be good for kids, because if you can communicate with each other, most people get along. Even if you can't communicate with each other and just, you know, through gestures and stuff, you know, and a smile, most people get along. It's when you bring up religion and politics and race and not even like race, but past atrocities and stuff, and dwell on them and point the finger all the time. And you start ruffling each other's feathers. That's when you don't get along. Keep all the issues out of it. Most people get along. Don't matter what color they are. Don't matter what religion they are. You can break bread together, have a conversation. Most people get along with other people. It's all these agitators out there in the news media, in the politics, in the celebrities, in the athletes. And they'll try and tell you, well, the only way to get some change is to agitate and this and that and everything. No. See, the proper way that clearly is demonstrated was the way Martin Luther King and people back then did it. Peaceful protest. They weren't burning crap down. They were going in and sitting at lunch counters, marching, what have you, giving speeches and sermons, this and that. asking for opportunity, not condemning the whole white race and pointing back to slavery and condemning the whole white race for it. Better go back and look at the stats of how many plantations there were in this country, how many people were in this country, and when most of the white people came to this country. That potato head up there in Chicago talking about, oh, them looting is just reparations, this and that. And oh, and they got insurance. Really? Hey, sweetheart, how you going to feel if somebody comes to your house and destroys all your shit? Do you have insurance? Will it cover everything? No, it won't. You got deductibles, and guess what? You're not going to get replacement price on a car and this and that and everything. You know, to where you can get a new one. They're going to value your old one for what it was worth. That's what you're going to get. Like I say, these people are Jerry Springer rejects. They have no education. They have no concept of how things work and what reality is. They think they can just make it up as they go, and that's the way it is. Just because that thought crossed their mind, that's the way it is. Doesn't matter how wrong it is. If the political parties don't start to straighten up and realize what kind of behavior they are fostering in this country, and start trying to reel in the extremists in the news media who will put anybody and anybody on there just so they get their ratings, never ask any real questions, never object to anything, unless it's from the other party. They'll never object to their own party. They'll let some potato head get on there and talk about, oh, you know, now Trump's trying to steal the election because he doesn't want mail-in balloting. Maybe you're trying to steal the election. That's why you want to keep everything closed down to make people have to mail, and then you can, you know, ruin the election with phony ballots and all kinds of other crap that'll cause problems. But if you don't start putting people with common sense and reason in front of the cameras and in office and stuff, instead of, you know, what's her name that got out in the street and said, you know, go to where they work and go to, you know, yell at them and all. What was her name? Was it Maxine Waters? What was her name? I'm sorry, lady. I thought this was the United States of America. You're calling the other people fascists? That's fascism. What you're saying to do, that's fascism. That's what the Nazis did. That's what Mussolini's henchmen did. That's what the Marxists did. They won't join our party? Go after them, go get them. That's your fascism, lady. And I'm telling you, you're all going to have a real problem in this country. When the election comes, if things don't run smooth, even if they run smooth, you're going to have people claiming shit. Surely on the left, you're going to have people claiming all kinds of crap if they lose. Because, oh, now there's no way. Michelle Obama gave her speech. Donald Trump can't give us what we want. There's no way he can be president. So they're already setting it up to be, you know, and they know they're going to lose. Joe Biden will probably be in a home before the election. The man's mind is not all there, and it's like they got to know that. But so they got to set things up for when they lose that they can claim a bunch of crap. Is what I'm thinking. Because if you ask me, there's nobody in their right mind who's going to vote for a man that tells somebody if they don't vote for him, they ain't black. And he gets a free pass on that, right? He gets a free pass on that shit. Okay. It tells me how phony you are on the Democratic Party right there. what a bunch of hypocrites you are. So, anyhow, I wish you all the best out there. God bless, and pray it all don't all fall apart. They don't get their way again. They couldn't believe it when Hillary didn't win. Must have been something wrong. Oh, they're talking more Russian shit now too. More made up crap. So, hopefully enough people in this country come out and vote for Donald Trump. And I'm not saying Donald Trump because I'm independent. But given the choices and given the economic plans and this and that and everything, and Trump has stayed true to his word. He's brought troops home. He's getting us out of involvement in these entanglements around the world, bringing jobs back. He's done everything he campaigned on. He's worked on everything he's campaigned on, and he's got a lot accomplished. That's what I'm going by. So that's what I'm looking at. Given the choices, Trump, who's a guy that rolls up his sleeves and wants to get things done and wants to make life better for people in this country and around the world, actually. Or Joe Biden, who wants to play politics and race games and all this other shit and put in social programs and stuff that ain't going to do anything but bring middle-class, hard-working Americans down who pay taxes. And even if they just tax the ultra-rich and this and that and everything, you're still going to bring people down, because costs and corporations, and you add costs to them and everything. Who pays at the store? Oh, that's right, they don't pay. They got an EBT card or whatever. It's the working class guy down the street that's busting his ass, putting in 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week to try and give his family better, and then you tax the shit out of him. Take that money, give it to the Twinkie eating dope head down the street with 4 fucking kids, don't know who the father is for any of them. Give that money to that person. That ain't fair. Make one man's family poorer so you can feel good about helping somebody who doesn't give a damn about nothing, showed no responsibility in their own lives. Take it out of your own pockets, Congress. Take it out of your own pockets. Screw that vacation to Fiji, okay? Take it out of your own pockets. Go help somebody. I wish you all the best out there. Adios.